Our Rotary Club of Delhi Garden City was founded in 1989 and it is one of the premier Rotary clubs of the city. Its members include leading industrialists, businessmen, diplomats, educationists, professionals and other prominent citizens. We are actively involved in all the Rotary avenues of service. The primary focus of our club is assisting and empowering underprivileged children in terms of health and education.
Vice Admiral IJS Khurana joined the Royal Indian Navy in 1948 and after completing his initial training in the UK, returned to India in 1952 to take up his first appointment. In his long and illustrious career spanning nearly 4 decades, he has held a variety of operational and administrative positions and has the unique distinction of being the only admiral who has commanded both the fleets, Eastern and Western. He was awarded the Param Vishisht Seva Medal in 1987 for his outstanding contribution and retired the same year. He has been a member of the Rotary Foundation from the beginning and has encouraged members to become Paul Harris Fellows. Today, the club has achieved 100% Paul Harris Club. He was the president of the Rotary Club in 2000-2001. After the Bhuj earthquake in 2001, he and his wife raised substantial funds and started the Rotary Charity Ball and the Christmas Lunch. Here we bring you a conversation between Pragyan Sharma and Shri IJS Khurana.
Hello everybody. Today we have the second episode of our series, The Architects of Garden City. And who better can we have today but the indomitable Admiral Khurana, or Khurana sir as I call him. Thank you so much sir for being here with us. It's going to be a great episode and I'm sure all of you will love it. All this wouldn't have been possible but for the support of Ravina, who as usual has been terrific. You know, whenever I needed her, she was there, and because of this we have this interview today. It's been indeed a great pleasure, sir, to see the glorious past or glorious life that you have had. Sir, how has your life been? Can you tell me a few things about your entire career and your background?
I was fortunate that my father was in the army, a lieutenant colonel doctor, and he looked after us very well. We are 4 brothers and a sister, and he sent us to the best possible schools and institutions. 2 of my brothers studied in RIMC, the old Rimkolian, and I was asked to decide which service do I want to go. I decided that I would go for Navy. He was in Bareilly. I went to Bangalore and I passed the services selection board and came back, and he told me, son, don't worry, you are underweight, but some of the other colleagues that are going with you were also underweight. I have cleared them. He was a doctor. So in July 49, I sailed, and all my family members and others were there at Ballard Pier to go by P&O ocean liner Ranchi to England. And in England, I learned what life is, what it means, and what it says, that you got to go up the ladder rather than be up there by somebody's help. So I was a cadet. I worked as a cadet, of which there are photographs, and in HMS Devonshire, I learned very, very ordinary things, but they are very important in life, like cleaning the funnels, cleaning the decks, and the like. That makes a man out of you. Having done that, then I became a midshipman and went into a ship where we were given little more responsibility. And thereafter, I did my courses in various parts of England, Portsmouth, Plymouth, Portland, navigation, gunnery, and the lot. And then I became a sub-lieutenant with one stripe.
Okay.
Right. And then I did a war course in Greenwich, which is a very good education course, and even given the option to learn a second language, I opted for French. I am not that good, but I certainly enjoyed doing that. And from then onwards, I returned to India, and we who returned from England, there were good 21 of us. We were well looked after compared to the direct entry people that joined the Indian Navy.
Okay.
Mind you, when I joined, it was Royal Indian Navy. I was a part of the Royal Indian Navy. And then up the ladder, I did my officer's duties, recommended for navigation, became a specialist in navigation, commanded a ship, which was an honor, Betwa. Then I went to Staff College, Wellington, as a directing staff, which was a great experience. Having done well, I was made a chief instructor, Navy, Staff College, Wellington, and thereafter I came back to NHQ to do one job of works and housing, which makes you an all-round officer. And then I went to Moscow. In Moscow, as naval attaché, it was an experience that was extremely good for me. I interacted with people like Admiral Gorshkov, the Mahan of the Soviet Navy. My children were fortunate. They also picked up their Russian there, and we saw the difficult times they were going through, and again we appreciated what the children did. And after that, I came back. I commanded 2 cruisers and then commanded the Eastern Fleet, which is at Vizag, where initially I had been. I commanded Eastern Fleet, then I commanded the Western Fleet. In the Western Fleet, I was fortunate that Inderjit were on board, and we showed them exercises, followed by Gyani Zail Singh for a day out at sea. The deputy vice president took him out to sea, and it was my bad luck that after Inderjit left, that she got assassinated, and in fact Rajiv Gandhi was overhead in Bombay and coming to look us up when we got this news. So then I was told that I can go only now as Director General Coast Guard. Coast Guard was another experience. It was a new service, and it needed shepherding. It was built up from scratch, and I think I left a reasonably good name in the Coast Guard. I inducted Dornier aircraft in the Coast Guard. Therefore, I had a very satisfactory innings in the service, and I am enjoying good pension now.
Sir, how did you come around joining the Rotary Club of Delhi Garden City, sir?
It was Gurdial Singh who was responsible. because I knew Gurdiyal Singh when they were in Bombay. He was the ambassador of Uganda, and we met in Bombay. We became friends, and Darshi, his wife, and Hardeep, I know very well. And he introduced me, and I became a member of the Rotary Club, and I have never regretted it.
So you were the president of the club, and you had, I believe, done a lot during this tenure. So what are the takeaways from those years and your years in Rotary Club of Delhi Garden City, sir?
My main contribution today, I would say, is the introduction of the charity ball, because the Bhuj episode saw us, we didn't have enough money to meet the needs of the stricken, and I was borrowing money from all over the place. So I wanted it to institutionalize a event where the fellowship could be, where a charitable fund money could be got to create a charitable fund of good amount which we can use to meet the emergencies like this. And surely enough, thereafter that ball in the Canadian High Commission, Sutherland's house, we had a charitable fund. In fact, in the club there have been discussions, and some people said the charitable fund is too big. So you can see what I did was good, in the sense that they wanted to reduce the amount of a charitable fund. We took the entire Rotary Club on a trip to Moscow, and this was very much appreciated, and this was particularly possible because my daughter was running the Aeroflot. She is a GSA of the Aeroflot, and we took them all together to Moscow, and we even went to St. Petersburg or then Leningrad. It was a trip very well enjoyed.
So Goody Aunty has played a great role in the growing of this club, and when I speak to people, I feel that people still miss her a lot, sir. Can you tell her role or her contribution to the club? How was it like?
Not only everyone, I also miss her, and she was a pillar of strength in our family. And in fact, one reason why I had some success in the Rotary is because of her, and she has been a part and parcel of every action that the Rotary has been taking, not only during my time but even thereafter. She was there, and she offered to organize on her own get-togethers like the Christmas get-together and other parties, and she was ably assisted by my daughter, but she was really the driving force behind it, and she had a gift of the gab, and in fact she always spearheaded singing the national anthem, and she loved doing it. She had a beautiful voice and everybody has appreciated, and ever since we have lost her, club has always been found wanting to get someone to sing the national anthem properly, so melodiously and so completely.
Uncle, I see some lovely photographs on the wall of your past Navy life and thereafter. Can you just show us those photographs, please, Uncle?
Yes, photograph when I became sub-lieutenant, as you call it, a commissioned officer. In fact, my date of commission, 1st of January 1951, started with this rank, sub-lieutenant.
Okay. Tell me about this photo.
This photograph was taken in Staff College, Wellington, Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, Nilgiris, where I was a chief instructor.
Wonderful, sir. Tell me about this. Is a very iconic photo.
This is Admiral of the fleet of the Soviet Union, Admiral Gorshkov, in my flat in Moscow. Madam Indira Gandhi, in the Admiral's room on board the INS Vikrant, I am giving her a present of the 7 ships being driven together.
Wonderful, sir. Tell me about this photo, sir.
This
You
photograph,
can come a little more closer. Sandy.
India House, Aldwych, Holborn in London.
Uncle, this looks like your Param Vishish Seva Medal photograph, Uncle. Is that what it is?
The highest service medal is known as Parama Vishish Seva Medal in the service.
Right.
And this is when I received the Parama Vishish Seva Medal
Wow.
from Gyani ji,
J.L. Singh,
and this was in the Rashtrapati Bhavan.
Okay. So nice, Uncle.
Parama Vishish Seva Medal.
I'm so proud, Uncle. So proud. Thank you so much, Uncle. Very kind of you, Uncle. It's been a pleasure and an absolute honor for me, Uncle. Thank you so much.
But you have really taken so much trouble.
No, not at all,
And
Uncle. It's a pleasure, and
I
really remember this
I
day.
cannot but be very grateful and thank you.
No, Uncle. It's been
all
a great,
this,
absolute pleasure.
All
Uncle.
this arrangements and all this
Thanks
trouble
to
that you
Ravina,
had.
this has happened, Uncle. So great. Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you so much, Uncle.
You,
Please always keep
you
blessing
are
us.
the top class secretary.
Uncle, thank you so much.